Hi, I am Kathy the Crafty Chica, and I'm here to tell you my cupcake story. Now, me and chocolate, we go way back. Anybody who knows me knows that I have a weakness for milk chocolate, preferably, and even dark chocolate also. I mean, I have been kicked out of a chocolate club for accidentally eating all of their chocolate. One time I made a scene in front of a whole bunch of people at work because I was denied a piece of chocolate cake. Another time I made a huge brownie chocolate concoction with brownie and fudge and chocolate chips and all kinds of stuff, and I sat down the kids so that we could eat them, and the kids were both little and they started crying. They were scared because there was so much chocolate. And then I started crying and I threw the chocolate away thinking I was a horrible mother. Anyway, my first chocolate story goes back to second grade. I was 7 years old and I volunteered my mom, who was a very good baker, to bake a batch of chocolate cupcakes to take to class the next day. So she made the cupcakes and they were so beautiful. She had sprinkles on them. They were chocolate devil's food with fudge icing and they just looked so gorgeous. She wrapped them up in the cardboard box and set them on the stove. Now it was dinner time by the time she finished them, so I begged her to please let me have one cupcake, just one cupcake before I went to bed. She told me I could have it as long as I ate all of my dinner on my plate. So all four of us, my dad, my mom, myself, and my brother, we sat at the kitchen table. My mom served us all dinner, and man, I ate through that whole plate just thinking about that chocolate cupcake. I noticed that my dad was watching me, kind of laughing, but I didn't really think anything of it. Finished my food. Everyone else had barely made it through the salad, and I was ready for my cupcake. So my mom got up, got a cupcake from the stove, came over, and graciously handed it to me. And I took that cupcake, I peeled off the wrapper, and I took that first bite, and it was so delicious. It was exactly the way I imagined it to be. And I was just lost in the moment, and I heard my dad say, "So, you like that cupcake?" And I was like, mm-hmm. And I was eating it, just a moment of bliss. Next thing I know, my dad smashed the cupcake in my face. Second grade, getting a cupcake smashed in your face by your loving father, what is a little girl to do? It wasn't that I was crying about. What made me cry was that I had lost this whole beautiful chocolate cupcake that I had meant to eat. So I just started bawling my head off. My mom was so mad at my dad. She got up, ran to the stove, got a cupcake, ran over and smashed it in his face. And at this point, that made me start laughing, and my brother was cracking up too. So then my dad got up, he went and got a cupcake, and he smashed it in my mom's face. So there's both my parents totally covered in chocolate icing. I couldn't contain myself. I was laughing so hard. My mom brought another cupcake over, and she said, "Here, mijita," she goes, "smash this in your father's face." So I got the cupcake, and my dad put his face out, and he let me lay a good one on him right across his face. So the next day at show and tell, I come to school with not a full tray of cupcakes. But I didn't care because I had the most rad story to tell for show and tell, and you know I told it. Ooh, I embellished it. I had so much fun telling all the second grade class that my family had a cupcake fight. So fast forward to parent-teacher conferences. My parents go in prim and proper, really excited and attentive to hear how their little daughter was doing in second grade. They walked in and all the teachers ran around them. "Oh, guess what? We heard about that cupcake story, and oh, I can't believe you smashed one in his face and you smashed one in her face." And at the time, my parents were horrified that I had shared this whole story with all of the second grade. But little did they know that that's what kind of daughter I would turn out to be. Anything that happened, I loved to share it with people. And now I'm telling you this story because when you see this little cupcake patch on the Crafty Chica product line, now you know the story behind it, how it came to be. It's like a little tribute to my parents and my family and that really kooky cupcake fight that we had. So that's my cupcake story.